Welcome to this video, and in this video I want to show you how to place your lights in Lumion. You know, placing of light in Lumion is not as easy as it sounds. Sometimes it's difficult because there is a particular point you want your light to be, but the way Lumion is designed, if you don't know the best approach to it, it will not work well for you. Take for instance, I want to place light inside of this room. You know, this is a room. There is a room, we have window here, we have window here. So I want to place light inside, and I want that light to be at the center of the room, or I want to see the light inside, or maybe I want to place the light inside all the rooms that I have here. So to be able to locate that exact point is not easy, but there is a shortcut that I use, and that is exactly what I want to show you now. So what I will do is I am going to use Revit, and when you get to Revit, you are going to be using node. There is something we call node. You are going to create a family, and I'm going to use I'm going to open new family, then I'm going to select light. I will select light and I will open. It's as if I'm creating a new family, and I'm not going to bother myself with so much detail. I just want to create something basic. Let me just create a cycle, and this is the view I want. So I'm going to take it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to concentrate more on Revit for now. If you want to learn more on how to use Revit, I have a complete tutorial on that. All you need to do is to just visit this website, and if you visit this website, you will go down to the footer area, and you are going to see Revit Tutorial Masterclass on Udemy, and you click on it, and that will take you to my Revit tutorial. There you will learn into detail on how to use Revit, and you also get it at a discount. Okay, let's go back. Now this is the material we have created for the node, so I am going to save it. I will save it as a family so that I can use it in Lumion as a node. It's going to serve as a node that we will be using to place our materials. We can use it to place anything we want to place. So I will name it as light nodes. Okay, and I'm going to save it as only one copy. I will save it. Okay, so I'm going to load it into the project, and here it is. Okay, I decided to use family so that it can serve as a node. So I am going to place this in my rooms at the exact point I want the light to be. Let's say I am on the first floor. This is my first floor. I am going to place that family at the exact point I want my light to be. So I'm going to place it in okay, I just want this one I want to create now to be only on the balcony. I want this particular light to be only on the balcony. So, and this is where I want it to be. I am going to go to 3D. I'm going to go to 3D. And that is where I can export the, you can see these are the lights. These are those lights that I've just placed. All the instances of these lights I've just created. And how many are they? They are 4 in number. So I'm going to isolate elements. Okay. So I don't want this particular one. This one is out of place. These are the ones that are on the balcony. So these ones that are on the balcony, I am going to go to the approach view. Then I'm going to reset so that I can see my lights. I'll be able to select those lights and probably the ceiling and the floor. So I will select filter and I am going to select none. I am going to select light. I'm going to look for light. This is a light features. Okay, there are 3 in number, and I also need floors so that I will be able to take them to the appropriate height, the height I want the lighting to be. So I select floors and the lighting features and hit apply. I'll hit OK. So those ones are selected right now. While they are still selected and I'm still on 3D, I am going to select these ones that look like eyeglass and isolate elements. Okay, now I have isolate elements. So you can see that these are sitting on the first floor. I want them to go and stay on the ceiling. So I need to move it up at least by, let's say, 2700 mm. Okay, they may not be at the right point I want it to be yet, but I will go to my first floor plan and pick one of the sections. This is one of the section. I will create another section for ease so that I can see those lights and position them proper. Okay, you can see them. These are the lights. You can see them. They are the lights. The 3 of them are here. Thank God the section captured all the 3 of them. So I'm going to move it up. I will move it up, but not buried in the ceiling. Okay, now that I've moved it up, I am going to go to 3D. I want to start exporting it to Lumion right now. Okay, so these are the lighting, and I'm going to select only the light. If I select only the light, then I'm going to go to isolate elements. So it's only the light we have in the view now, and I am going to export it to color file. Then I'm going to export it and give it a name as light node. And I'm going to save it. Then if I go to my Lumion, here I am in Lumion. Let me move it down a little bit. Oh no, sorry, I've gone too far. Okay, so here I am in Lumion. I am going to import that colloidal file that we saved. I'm going to select object, then I'm going to import. Okay, this is the file light node. That's the one we have just saved, the colloidal file we have just saved, and we'll hit open. Then that is the name, and I'm going to select the folder as light, then wait for it to load. Okay, now that it has loaded, we are going to place it somewhere here. Okay, just click once and it is placed. Now we have two models here. This one is for light node to show us the position we'll place our light, and this one is the original file or our original 3D. The first thing we will do is we will align the two of them to be on the same point, on the same spot. You know, we cannot align them easily. If you try, you cannot gauge them. What you do is, I will show you what to do, but before then I need to create another layer because they are going to be placed on each other. To select them at times may be difficult. So I'm going to take the main building, to the second layer. So I'll select the main building and select the second layer. It will be useful in future. It's going to be helpful to us. Then having taken the building to the layer 2, the light node is in layer 1, so that when it gets difficult for us to select them, we will off one of the layer. With that, it will be easy for us to select them. Then to align them, you are going to select the main model first. Then before you hold your control, if you are using window, then you select the second model, which is the light node, and you are going to click on these advanced options, and it will open up more tools. And here you are going to get align position, and you are going to align them. Now you can see the light node has moved to this very point, so they are on exact position now. And you can see the light has moved to the light node has moved to the proper position right now. Okay, then the next thing we will do is we are going to select, let me deselect all for now. We will select only the light node. We will select only the light node. Okay, thank God it has selected this time around, but sometimes you may find it difficult to select only the light node. Instead, the main 3D, the main model will be selected, but thank God it has selected. Then since it has selected, we are going to go to place object on node and click on it, and this time around we are going to select our light, and you are going to select the type of light you are interested in. I am interested in this spotlight. You can see, and I will check this mark button. You can see the three lights are already placed. Then once the lights are placed, the node disappears. It has replaced them with light. So I am going to select light now so that I can select those lights that I've just placed. You can see it has placed them on the exact point where those nodes are. So I'm going to select all these lights. I'm going to hold Control and select and drag a selection box and select the three of them. Now the three of them are already selected. What we want to do now is we want them to point to the ground. They are pointing to the side now, and that is not what we want, and that is why we have to select all of them. So I'm going to select rotate, and I am going to move this one to this position. With this, they will now be pointing down. All of them will be pointing downward, and you can change the cone angle. You can reduce it. Okay, but that is not our focus for now. Now you can see the lights are placed at the exact position we want them to be. Okay, assuming I want to see the effect proper, let me off the sunlight. Let me take the sunlight down so that I can see the effect proper. You can see the lights are on the exact point we wanted them to be. And if you are not pleased with it, you can move it up or down. So that is how we place light in Lumion as fast as possible, and it will be on the exact point we want them to be. Okay, the next thing I will do is I want to create that of the rooms. And I'm going to delete this one for now. And I will select only the lighting features. So I will delete this one now. I'm going to reset everything. Then I'm going to go to first floor, or let me go to ground floor, and I'm going to place those lights. I'll simply place those lights, and I will place them here. The reason I place them here is I want to view this wall. I want to lighten this wall. Then this one I will place it here because I will lighten this wall, and for this I will place it here. And what else? Which one else? Okay, for this I will place it here. Then after doing that, I will go to 3D. I'll go to 3D. Let me go to one of the elevations. While in 3D, the reason I'm selecting 3D so that we'll be able to export it to Color file. Then I'm going to select. I'm going to drag a selection box. Please, if you want to learn Lumion, if you want to learn how to use Revit, you can go to this website. If you want to learn how to use Revit, you can go to this website and go to the footer here, and you simply click on it, and it will take you to now draw a selection box and select only the light node. Only the lights. Where are the lights? The lights are not selected. What happened? Okay, so I'm going to select none. I'm going to select light features, and I am going to move them up by 2,900. No, but I'll move it up by 1,500 so that it will be in between, midpoint between the ground and the ceiling. Then I'm still going to select them and check none, select light. There are still 4 in number. Then I am going to isolate them so that I will see only them. Okay, here they are, and I'm going to do the same thing. There are 4 in number, so I'm going to export them to Collada file, and this time around I'm going to name it as lights room light nodes, and I'm going to save it as a Collada file. Then I am going to go to my Lumion, and I am going to this light that are already placed. What I'm going to do is I am going to take them to another layer so that I am not going to confuse them with the ones that I'm going to place now. Then I'll take them to layer 2 or 3, whichever. 3 will be okay. Then I'm going to hide that layer 3. I'm going to off you for now. Okay, so I'm no longer seeing that light, so that I will know the particular one I'm working with. Then I'm going to go back to my layer 1, and I am going to import that particular one, room light node. This is it here, and I'm going to open it, and the folder will be light, and I am going to allow it to load. I will simply place it here and select this, and no, not light yet. I will still be on the object mode. Now we have 2 objects now, so I will select the main. If you select this one first, it is going to move the original building to this point, but if you select the building first, then it is going to move the light to the building. It is better you move the light to the building so that it will not scatter your drawing. Otherwise it's going to scatter the arrangement you had before. So I'm going to select this one first and click on Control. Then I will now align them together, and it's going to move this light node to the building node. And here we go. They should be in. Let's not bother ourselves about the layer for now. The next thing is we want to select those nodes, and the node we want to select is the room light node. And You can see it has not selected yet. What we have here is Lumion Tutorial, which is our original model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to off the layer 2. Okay, now that I've off the layer 2, that building have gone. So the only one we have now is the light node. Okay, so now I am going to select place object on the node, and the object I will place is still light, and I might use this light. Okay, now I've used this light. Now I'm going to check this button here. Okay, now those lights have been placed. Then the next thing is, let me bring our building back to life by owning this. Then I'm going to select all those lights for now. I'm going to hold Control and drag a selection box across them. Then you can see it's only those 4 lights that are selected, and while they are selected, I am going to click on this rotate, and I am going to, now they are pointing at the side, so I am going to rotate them on their own. I'm going to rotate so that they point to the left, they point to the right rather. Now they are pointing to the back. Let me take it to this side. It's not clear on where they are pointing now. Okay, let me now they are pointing at the inside of the building, and that is exactly what I want. Okay, I think let's increase the brightness. And we are going to move them. Maybe they are buried inside the model, that's why we are not seeing them. We are not seeing the effect as much. Okay, I think we can see the effect. You can see them inside the building. Okay, you can see their effect now. You can see them through the window, and maybe the reason we are not seeing them much is the glass are not transparent enough. So let me change the material of the glass so that, okay, I think the effect is conspicuous now. We can see the effect is now conspicuous. They are placed inside and we can see the inside of the room. But let me adjust the transparency of the glass so that we can see more of the effect. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to go to properties, the transparency. Let me change the glass materials. Let me select another type of glass. Let me assuming I use this clear glass. This one is better. You can see the effect is now is obvious. Okay, so I'm going to check this, and assuming I on my weather. Okay. Okay, so what I will do is I will have to turn down the brightness of those lights a little bit. Let me turn down the brightness of those lights by going to object and select all the lights. And I'm going to knock down the brightness. The brightness are extremely high. Okay, just a little effect is what we want to see. Okay, we are okay by now. Okay, so that is how we place light the easiest way in Lumion. You know, at this point you may not see the effect now, but when you want to have a massive project and want to place so many lights at the same time, it is then you will now know the value of this method. I hope you get some value from this video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.